doing. I want to put over Mid-South Wrestling down in Oklahoma City. If you haven't got a chance to check them out, you need to.
Yes.
Who's running that now? Because I haven't been down there in
Drake
years.
Gallows and Mike Caldwell run that area.
I've always wondered. One of you
They've been around forever, but I mean, they've changed.
Yeah,
like,
and they're changing venues and stuff, but their product they're pushing out, the guys that are coming out of their school are just top notch. There's a kid in Oklahoma who I'm trying to get up to Kansas, a kid named CJ Ward, and that dude is, he's
CJ Ward.
He's $1 million. He's that dude. He could make it. He could make it to the big stage. But I want to put over Kansas Wrestling because now I think. Not I believe in the product that WWX is pushing out, that XWE is pushing out, but Taz Wrestling is top line, phenomenal entertainment here in the Midwest.
Yep.
You're seeing big names such as Abyss come through.
Yes.
High quality production. You're seeing high quality matches. I'm not super familiar with Shane Volax or Vortex or however you say it.
Volax, but yeah.
But I saw him versus Kyle Hawk at here in Hutch about 2 months ago. And
they were excellent.
Hard hitting, just phenomenal match. Loved it. So and then Midwest Entertainment, Lance's promotion.
Yes.
They're out there.
They put on a hell of a deal. And their marketing.
It's a fun atmosphere. I mean, they've got a good live crowd there.
Right, and it's such a boom period, and it's weird because my biggest takeaway from wrestling, I've been in business now for just under 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March, and officially since I've started official match, I've been training for forever now. But my biggest takeaway was like when I came in, there was so much animosity between all these different companies.
Oh yeah,
and it.
Kenny Zombie Jones likes to say that he smoothed all that over, and he's the reason.
To a point, he did.
Oh, really?
Well, he sat there. He got people to talk.
Oh, okay.
He really did.
I thought maybe it was just Kenny trying to put himself.
No, that's where one time where I'll give him kudos.
Wow.
For sure.
So in a lot of ways, I don't like that. I think that's bad. It sounds like.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Somebody going down the stairs.
So I don't like that.
We've got an open door policy. Come on, man.
I don't like that it has to be this cutthroat environment all the time, but I will say I think that cutthroat environment has made everyone step up their game and has made Kansas a hot spot again. Now there is people coming down from Chicago. There is people coming up from Texas and coming up. We got folks from Louisiana. I don't know if you've ever seen the West Coast Villas, but those guys come through.
Yeah.
They're out of Colorado based. Ring of Honor guys now. So, it's a very exciting time to be a Kansas wrestling fan, and for me, it's a very exciting time to be a Kansas wrestler. What I would want to do, and this is an idea that I have thought about for a long time, I want to promote kind of best of tournament. I would like to do what's called the King of Kansas Cup. And
that would be awesome.
You take 4 guys from each company and do a 16-man tournament. And every 6 months.
And everybody gets to play in the pool.
And
that is awesome.
And do the King of Kansas. And one man stands tall.
And of course, the King of Kansas trophy has to be named after John Mosier.
Yeah.
I try.
Go ahead.
I'm the only person that's still on good terms with everybody everywhere.
It's just I would love to promote it. I would love to be a part of it. I think it would be something so exciting. And while I'm mentioning all these other companies, there are the guys up in northern Kansas, NWL and KCXW, and those guys. I guess they're on the Missouri side technically, but man, they're doing it right, and it's just so exciting to see such high quality product coming out. And if you're not, if you're listening to this show and you're not going to a wrestling show in the next coming weeks, you need to, because Taz Wrestling has an event up. I want to say October 21st.
They have 2 events
next weekend. They got one in Pleasanton on Saturday, one in Hutch on Sunday.
If you don't get to one of those, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Now, is it the next weekend? It's Salina, or is it the next weekend Mount Hope?
Next weekend is Mount Hope.
Hope is the 21st.
21st.
Yeah, because next weekend I'm in the Bahamas, and so I'm missing the tag show.
Oh, he's in the Bahamas.
Big time. He's taking his U.S. title to the Bahamas.
Taking my U.S. title vacation. It's that championship pay. But
you got paid at the show?
I'm missing Taz wrestling, but then the MWE is doing their thing in Mount Hope. You guys need to get out there and check it out. They've got a lot of really good quality guys. A guy a lot of people sleep on that I want to kind of put over, I think, is maybe the best wrestler in Kansas right now is Chris Vail.
Wow! Holy smokes!
I'm a big fan of all different kinds of wrestling, and how you interact with people backstage and stuff determines a lot to me. Like, you can be a great wrestler if you're a shitty person. You're not that great.
Yes.
Chris Vail is a good combination of being a great wrestler and a great person, and so he's very humble, and I would say, like, you know, if there's somebody out there in the Kansas scene that really is pushing it and deserves it, Chris Vail's that guy.
Yeah. I would say him and Christian Temple.
I agree.
Those two have had some of the best matches I've seen in the. I mean, I watched one match with them, and they did this move, and I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Remember Newton?
Yeah.
Hell.
Those two guys, Cole Alexander's another guy I put over a lot because that dude has come a long way, really stepped up, and I think that guy's pretty awesome. And then as far as like newer talents, if you are sleeping on Xavier K. Damage, XKD, or Thorn Oxford,
that dude is fucking huge.
Yeah,
I like that kid Paradox.
Paradox is cool. I've got my personal issues with Paradox.
Oh no, I understand you there, but I'm just saying. Out of all those guys there, who's the little tiny dude that's a little stocky one like that was like the Liberty champion or whatever the hell it was, or the belt that had the blue leather to it? Something Money, I think, or whatever.
Oh, JT Money, yeah.
That little bastard can take punishment like no other.
Yeah,
oh my God, I watched something, I thought, I swear to God, I thought he was going to be unconscious, and he just gets right back up from him. I'm like, holy JT, crap.
Man, JT had to take kind of a little sabbatical for right now because he's getting his Clark Kent job stuff figured out, and then just working weekends and stuff. He couldn't wrestle anymore for a while.
I was just saying that kid could take punishment no other.
And I think I'm one of the best on the mic in Kansas, honestly. But that guy, he had a mouth on him. He was damn good on the mic. I'm a fan. Like, you know, for me, and I was one of the guys that just started training. I was telling him, there's a lot you can do in the ring. The ring is a beautiful story you can tell. But I mean, and we all have our favorite matches. I'm sure I could ask you guys, and you guys would have a favorite match right off the top. But if I asked you
anything involving Vince Russo.
But if I asked you your fifth favorite match, I bet you couldn't tell me that. But I guarantee I could ask you for your top 5 moments, and you could say, these are my top 5. Because wrestling is so
okay, well, let's do that. What was your favorite match ever? Just give me a number 1.
Number 1.
Your favoriteest match ever.
Cactus Jack Triple H at the Rumble.
What about you, Jiggy?
Wow. Well, I would have to say Hogan Warrior WrestleMania 6.
Okay, I'm going to throw you guys completely off because I'm going to be so weird about the match that
hold on. He's going to say something about Marty Jannetty versus somebody Wrestling.
No, not Central States.
Belt.
No, not Central States.
Pull something out.
I'd sit there and watch. I watched a feud start as when we first got like Georgia Championship Wrestling in my hometown of El Dorado. They built it so perfectly. It was supposed to be the Fabulous Freebirds, who were the Georgia Tag Team Champions, against Kevin Sullivan and Austin Idol. Okay, well, they're waiting through hour number 1 for Austin Idol to show up. Doesn't show up. So they take what at the time was an enhancement talent, but he was good, Mike Davis. They paired him up with Kevin Sullivan, and they went and they did like almost 45 minutes on television with Fabulous Freebirds, and they had me glued to the TV the whole time. It was like one of those things where, Mike Davis, this poor guy, he hadn't won on, Georgia wrestling ever like that, but he was in there. It was his chance, and him and Kevin Sullivan. And I mean, the Freebirds looked unbeatable at the time because they just came from the big run against the Jaguar Dog and stuff in Watts' territory to come over there. And they beat Mr. Wrestling 1 and Mr. Wrestling 2 and the Assassins for the Georgia Tag Team Championships. And I mean, it was just the emotion because you're sitting there thinking, I mean, Mike Davis almost gets in, Kevin Sullivan almost gets in. Then finally, it ends up that, Davis takes the fall. But I mean, that took Mike Davis, who was the rock and roll RPMs and different stuff, and brought him up here instantly. But then it was they sit there and use the bit, like right after everything's completely over with. Here comes Austin Idol, he's all dirty looking and stuff, and he was talking about how he had a flat tire and he'd been changing it, trying to get it. Well, anyway, Michael Hayes comes over there, and I mean, for over an hour now, they've kept your attention completely. Michael Hayes goes, well, I don't care if you had 4 flat tires, and I was like, what now? Whoa. He goes, did you say 4 flat tires? He goes, well, that's what you were saying. And it's like, no, he goes, I said I had a flat tire, you bastard. And boom. I mean, they sit there, they had you, I mean, for a month, they built this up, that they were going to have this match. And I mean, Sullivan, believe it or not, was Idol was like the villain. Idol came over to the side of fan favorites, and for 4 weeks on TV, they built this up.
Wow!
It was the best. I mean, I watched wrestling from all over, and that was the best payoff of it I had seen.
That's a hell of a deal. Wow.
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to be something.
Honestly,
that's why I love you, John.
For me, I'm young enough where anything pre-1998.
Oh no, I understand that.
But I have tried to go back and watch a lot because, by 1998, you've missed a lot of the Hart Foundation. You've missed a lot of
well, you missed the days of the territories. That was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, stuff is saying, but you had each individual area had a little. Like here you had Central States, you had Bulldog Bob Brown and Murdoch, Harley Race. You go to South and you had Cowboy Bill Watt.
I would say of the wrestling styles I'm a fan of. Oh, I'm not as big of a fan of like the West Coast style or the Northern style. But my favorite wrestling all comes from the South and like the Central kind of area because man, it's just so different. It was hard hitting. That's hard.
Yes.
You watch the Funks wrestle, and holy shit.
Terry was entertaining. Dory was really good in the ring.
Shit.
And I've been compared to Bobby Jaggers a lot, and I didn't know who that was, so I went back.
He was by far my favorite wrestler ever.
So I've gone back and watched a lot of Bobby Jaggers, and I love it, and I've tried to incorporate it.
He could do stuff that nobody else could do, and he could talk like no other, and you showed a lot of it on your little promo you had on Facebook the other day.
I appreciate that, sir.
That's awesome.
It's always a huge compliment for me to get compared to guys of the past, especially guys that have been to the dance. You know what I mean? Like these guys, they're not just your local everyday Joe Schmoes. These are guys that went out there and did it, man. And for me to get compared to those guys is just such a huge honor. I love it, and I'm just hoping I can make Kansas wrestling grow. My goal is to just make wrestling a better place than where I found it when I leave it. And
yes,
I mean, that should be everyone's goal. I mean, yes, you want to win championships, yes, you want to be successful and everything, but I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing in the ring, people remember that, and that's what people want. Like, damn, we need to see that. If you're not trying to steal the show,
why are you on the show? That's right.
But you also got to know your place and spot on the person. Like, I mean, yes, go out there and press the hell make sure you don't take everything away from the men.
So when I say I want to,
no, I know what you mean.
I don't mean go out there and do 9,000 flippity flops at every big spot in the history of the planet.
See, that's what kills shows, is when you're sitting there doing something that used to be. Do you realize that a vertical suplex used to be a devastating finisher back in the day?
Well,
yes.
And
that's what Harley Race, 8-time world champion, toughest man on the planet, besides maybe Ming, and that's what he used for his finisher.
Yeah, and now it's a transition.
Well, it's like you see some, douche-tard like
right.
Jimmy Funk getting or Jimmy Armstrong giving up. He gets pile driven.
And Jimmy the Funk.
He gets pile driven on the floor, and then the douche-tard 5 minutes later is up there doing push-ups like a thing. Like, okay, you just killed your whole effing promotion, you Nimrod.
See,
and then they promote him to the champion. That's the reason I have a problem with that.
Well, I like Jimmy. He's an alright guy. As far as the XWA champion, obviously, like I said, before the end of 2017, you're looking at your next XWA champion. And
apparently, if that challenge gets accepted, you get rid of Fenris too.
Right. And I hope he does. I hope, he walks around like he's Billy Badass, like he's some big biker dude. If you're bad, then step in the ring with the baddest man in Kansas. Because I'm Red White better than him.
I love that line, God. I love that line.
Red White.
Me and Eddie Rydell, we'd say that there's a new way, there's a better way, there's the American way. And the American way is a tag team that was formed. It was a group, but we've since kicked Zukong out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not having him in there anymore. He's a liability.
We're not having Zukong. He's gone. Zukong is gone.
Yeah, Zukong didn't fit what my mold. Oh, crap.
Get out, Zukong. Just get out.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with anything there.
Just
your headphones.
Get out.
Okay, cool.
Just
nope,
get
it's on the
out,
back.
Zukong, you freak.
On the back there.
You freak, get out.
1 second.
Hit the road,
yeah,
Zukong.
Now it's on the backside.
Hit the road, Zukong. No. No.
Backside, the other side, not that side that you're on the backside.
Hit the Zukong.
There, look for the one that's empty with the hole there.
Okay, there we go. Back in the game.
There we go. Time to play the game.
So
Zukong. Zukong was
good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough.
But I already have a replacement, I think, in my forums. We're definitely going to Zukong as well.
Maybe they'll get Zukong.
So we got some cross as far as joining the American way, but so it's not just singles titles I'm after. I do want to lead this group to success.
They have 6-man belts in XWE.
We don't, and we don't have. I mean,
Thank
the tag title scene is.
Thank goodness. I'm always like six-man titles.
I do too, but there's too many titles already up there. You don't need another one to water it down.
Yeah, I kind of agree. There's a lot of titles that's getting reined back because the RWE titles have now been decommissioned and everything.
Yeah, they're gone.
So it is just the XWE titles.
Gone.
You've got your XWE United Liberty champion Drake Gallows, the women's champion Nikki Knight, who, if you haven't had a chance to watch, Nikki is a phenomenal talent.
She's a total perv magnet.
Yeah, she gets looks from the boys. And,
who was the little blonde that was at the last one?
She's out of Oklahoma, isn't she?
The hell's her name?
No, that's Lainey Luck. I think she's a Chicago girl.
Is she Chicago? I don't know why I thought she was Oklahoma.
She's a total perv magnet.
Oh yeah, Lainey's she's a sweetheart. Lainey Luck's
she's spank-terrific.
We've got Jimmy the Funk Armstrong as the XWE Heavyweight Champion.
Dude.
You've got Drake Gallows as the United Liberty. Nikki Knight as the Women's Champion.
Like her.
And then you have the Cursed, Blade and Kuda as our tag title champions.
Kuda.
I like Kuda. Blade's kind of grumpy sometimes.
Yeah, but Kuda, you know,
Blade's got to go.
Me and Blade have done our battles in Oklahoma. We've had quite a few matches.
That's funny. Blade's got to go.
But I will tell you, man, those guys are out there getting it. They are hitting the road.
Oh, they went and survived that gathering shows that me and Nagy went to.
Now I think
I like to refer to as gathering of the dumbasses.
Oh my God, that was a fucking
they're headed down to Louisiana this week, doing a couple things down there.
Louisiana.
I think they're headed down to Mineral Wells, Texas, coming up. I mean, and then they're just all over. So hats off to them for getting in the car and doing the drives, and you know, getting out there and learning.
It's a hell of a deal.
But
they definitely
it's
at the time, man.
It's exciting times if you're a Kansas wrestling fan. That's again, I mean, I can't stress that enough because it's such a honor to get to be part of the business, but it is such a cutthroat business that I'm warning everyone right now. Like, I'm out here and I'm coming for the titles.
That is awesome. Yeah, that and as everybody likes, as I like to say on this show, if drama is right here, and
whatever,
and
dude.
Right here, I run that way. I do this thing.
Yeah, right. Right into it.
Right. That's like me saying, "Fine, right here, and the free pizza buffet is right here. I go this way."
Yeah.
Whatever, Jiggy. God.
But you know, there's a couple guys that are on my definite wish list to be wrestling with here coming up. I know you guys are having the Samoan Predator on the show.
Yes, the Samoan Predator.
I would love to go one-on-one with the Samoan Predator.
He's a good kid.
I think me and him would just have a hell of a match, and I would like to show that I can defeat a monster like that.
That would be awesome. Maybe we can get Pena to Commissioner Pena or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Commissioner Penis, what?
Who's commissioning a penis?
Commissioner Pena, that's for sure.
No,
commissioning one to stand in for him.
I've reached out to Commissioner Pena and seen what we can
Penis,
do.
okay, I got you.
But I want to wrestle with him.
He looks like one. He's got that bald head up there and that little hair down there. It's like, you know, it's like he's got 2 testicles on his chin or something covered up and all that.
Dang, man. I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't know what's going on. It's fantastic.
Beyond that,
furthering stuff.
Beyond that.
It's all advancing storylines.
It's all advancing storylines. Right. Thank you.
I've got a guy that beat me last December.
They should have a tag team called the Mizarks. Wrestling. But go ahead.
But there's a guy who maybe a lot of people haven't seen.
Kenny would be one half of it.
I knew that was
Kenny,
coming.
Man, that's the white trash warrior right there.
The white trash warrior.
Hey, man, don't insult white trash like that, okay? Come on. Kenny, I love you, okay?
Yeah, singing, call him the Trailer Park Choir, but...
The Trailer Park Choir.
Frick it. No.
You know what I always think is great is I would
call them the incest boys in there or something.
We will like... I'll put things up on Facebook and things about we're going to have, you know, this person on, that person on. And when we announced that we were having Aaron Helms on, somebody said, is he going to wear his outfit?
Well,
I hope he's not going to wear his outfit.
I'm known now for wearing that. So I have to sing it.
I just love that.
And, you know, a lot of people like Country Stampede and some of the bigger events. Everyone that knows me knows I like to party, like to drink beer. Well, I like to party in my gear sometimes. And so
I like to party in my gear sometimes.
So it's kind
Some people like to cross-dress. He likes to wear his wrestling gear in public.
Right, yeah. Nothing says I'm here to party like a cold beer and spandex.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
But so it's kind of...
Some people got a camel toe. He had a dolphin nose. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. I ain't seen nothing down there since like 6th grade. It's like the wind. I know it's down there working, but I can't see it.
Yes. We have had so many great moments with just this interview that we can cut out and put on YouTube.
But no, so I mean, I'm known for
all be
kind of
memes.
partying and doing the stuff in the gear. But there was a guy.
Hey, you and Jiggy could get together and be the fanny pack brigade.
I could. We could make it work.
So I
Oh, and Blake could do that too.
We call ourselves the Fanny Pack Mafia.
The Fanny Pack Mafia.
PM for life.
Yo, baby.
Meanest fanny packs in the game. No, but there's a guy that beat me last December, named Thorin Oxguard, and I have grown up with Thorin. We've been battling from the backyard, professionally, through high school and everything we ever did.
That's awesome.
And he followed me into. Well, at one point he split off and was doing the music thing. He was a ritualist and a couple other metal bands, and does an awesome job in that regards. And he's a championship power lifter. And
wow.
Yeah, so
that's pretty awesome.
He stays busy, but he finally followed me back into the pro wrestling life because he knew he wanted to catch an ass whipping from Aaron Helms. Unfortunately.
What do you think about that, John?
Unfortunately, he beat me last December, and I do want to rectify that awesome loss. So
that is awesome.
That's one thing.
See, he said rectify, not wrecked alive. Wrecked alive, man, yeah.
But
I knew I'd stun him with that. He's just kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to perpetuate that. No.
See, I think what really needs to happen is John just needs to become the Prodigy's manager and start.
That would be awesome.
That would be way fun.
If he's winning all the belts and stuff, obviously the hottest prospect in Kansas needs the guy that's been there.
Needs that championship pedigree kind of deal.
That's right. I can teach him to do a lot of one-liners. He knows how to talk. He's just smart off to the crowd with one-liners.
That's what it's all about.
Last
night I made a little girl cry, like legit ball, and her mom said I made her pee her pants, which that's hilarious. But I did feel a little bad.
You know what's great
$20
is
an hour to have somebody do that. But
there's a Jesus. There was a what was it? The last Taz show that you were the ring announcer or whatever, and you were screwing with the crowd. The thing about, well, we're gonna take an intermission.
Oh yeah. I sit there, I was telling them, I go, like, okay, folks, we're going to take a little intermission here. Just so you know, they do not accept your vision cards over at the concession stand, okay?
Oh, my God. You know, ring announcing is something I wouldn't mind, like, obviously I think
ring announcing, I think.
I love
it's tougher than anybody ever thinks,
right.
Because
yes.
You've got to pray that the music guy does stuff right. You got to pray that the dumbass wrestlers know how to come out really quick. Instead of making you stand there and stand there and stand there.
I've seen indie stuff on YouTube where they'll play the wrong guy's music, and the ring announcer and a ring announcer's not.
Well, what I hate is when they sit there and they wait for the music to play and play and play. You know, these guys don't realize in the back. You know, I don't care if you're getting psyched up by your damn music. Get your ass out there, because you're making that ring announcer look like a frickin' moron.
Yeah.
It's like, how friggin' hard is it?
It never take more than about 10 to 15 seconds.
That's still too long. It's like, when you hear that music playing, you should have your ass going to the ring.
I'm saying
you can sit there and take your time.
You
can take your time going to the ring, but as long as you're out there, you don't make that poor guy in the ring look like a complete frickin' idiot.
I agree. I'm not making my ring announcer look like an idiot, because I announce myself every show. Because I never have a ring announcer that's good enough to announce Prodigy. I'll do it myself.
Now that's different. I mean, I'm cool with that, but it's like,
yeah,
when the music plays, go. If you have to wait to a certain point to go out, edit it so it starts there, so you can get your dumb ass out there to the ring.
I agree. I wish more guys would.
If Shawn Michaels waited for 20 seconds to go out, Vince McMahon would kick his ass and tell him to go F himself.
We don't have all the TV time for that.
Well, I'm just saying, that's the whole idea.
Yeah,
you want to run that show like it's going to be TV, so if you do a taping or you do try to sit there and market it, it looks like you know what you're doing.
I get really annoyed.
You have to listen to your music, get psyched up. You shouldn't be in wrestling.
I get really annoyed by the guys who don't put thought into their either.
Yes.
Because, like, I don't like. There's a lot of guys that I feel like just choose generic rock song number 5, and that's what they come out with.
Generic rock
like number 5. Well, I'm just like everyone. Like,
that's great.
Like everyone is coming out to the same sounding stuff. Maybe you shouldn't. I come out to Quiet Riot's Bang Your Head.
Yes.
And dude, that's such a throwback. People are like, different. That's a unique sound because you don't hear 80s rock anymore like that. Unless you're listening to T95. Shout out to my guys at T95. Love House of Hair for that. But, I mean, but awesome. Just, you, like, or guys will come out to like a generic Kanye West song or something. Like, okay, like every indie wrestling show has the same theme songs.
Nobody uses my music.
Yeah, like be unique. And if you have the ability, get custom themes.
Or there's Kenny with his video game music.
Now Kenny, I actually dig, with that jump around and stuff. That fits him perfectly.
Dude, I love Kenny's music, and you can tell what he's put on into it. I just don't.
Well, I mean, it does. It fits him perfectly. It's like, hey, can you pull up Puddle Mode's control?
Yeah.
This is what I used to do, and I used to kind of walk out, and this is how I did my ring entrance. And I would use it, and I would get to a certain point, I would do like Triple H, instead of spitting water out, I'd be up on the ring apron, and I just all of a sudden hold the belt up, just goes like, bah, and I'd be like, bam, like that, just to tick the crowd off like no other. And
Triple H is
they hated me with a passion.
By far my favorite wrestler of all time.
So
it's him, and then Ric Flair.
Oh, I've got some Ric Flair story. I got a Ric Flair story I gotta tell you.
Okay, so this is like perfect cocky, conceited heel music. We'd come strutting down the steps, looking at people. Wouldn't do slap the hands. We'd walk right down the middle so they couldn't get near us. And then you get to the point. There's a little bit here, but it's just perfect. I mean, it fit. Okay, yeah, I stole this from Doug Basham and OVW in the ways when they were in the old crappy building, but
the old crappy. They got drummed out of wrestling by Vince, and I
no, they Doug actually wrestled for a while.
Vince McMahon and his horrible booking has run more talent out of this business.
Okay, about right now I'd be up there holding the belt just to make everybody mad. It was perfect. That is fantastic.
Yeah, there's some guys that I really like their music, but there's other guys I'm like, what the hell do you come out to? Like, why did you choose that?
Why did you choose that?
And for me,
or my favorite is like, and this is gonna get John to make a comment, so we'll put the camera on him.
I'm sure.
Kyle Hawk comes out to like a new Shinedown song, and I'm like, so you've been wrestling all these years. What did you come out to before this? What did you come out to before that song came out? It's like,
I'm sorry, Jiggy. I had some car troubles trying to get here, so.
Not a Kyle Hawk fan.
Actually, in the ring, I like him. Personally, I like him. Just chit-chatting with him. But twice he was supposed to be on a Taz show. Once he said he was hurt. Of course, the same night he's on a different show down in Oklahoma. Really hurt. And then the next, his car breaks down. But he's on another show down in Oklahoma. It's like, if you're not going to be there, at least have the balls just sit there and say, hey, I really can't make it up there. I got a chance to do this show down here. That's fine. But, I mean, it's the night of the show, and we find out he's not going to be there. And they have promoted this thing for weeks.
Yeah,
4 weeks.
It's like if you have a better offer, just say it.
Call so they can sit there and scramble and try to do something instead of making the promoter, who's a pretty damn good guy, look like a complete effing idiot.
Yeah, that sucks. For us, getting trained through Bill Simmons, if you give a promoter your word that you'll be there, you'll be there.
You better frickin' be there.
You better be there.
Better be there.
There are some circumstances where obviously you're going to have to cancel on a show.
Well, at least let them know.
You should have courtesy to tell them, and
that's my biggest problem is he didn't say anything. Then he gets caught in a lie twice, and he's like, "Oh well." It's like, just have the balls to say that you didn't want to drive all the way to the middle of Kansas for a show. At the time, tell them a week ahead of time if you know you're going to be in Oklahoma. You can, make more money and not have to spend as much going up there. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, talent-wise, I love the kid. He's good, real good in the ring.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're advertised for the frickin' main event twice, crap, go F yourself. I'm sorry. you're an unprofessional little prick in that instance. But
I've never wrestled with Kyle, but I did get to wrestle Coyote, and I've got nothing but good things to say about Coyote.
In the ring, Kyle Hawk is awesome. I mean, he can have a good match with anybody. I mean, Kyle Hawk could make me look good. That's how good he is, okay?
That's
awesome. He is that talented. My only problem is, if you're going to be there, either A, be there, or have at least the decency to not lie and say that, hey, I'm better off here. It's a lot closer, right. Yada, yada, Yeah. That's my only problem at all.
Yeah.
The kid is freaking spectacular. Spectacular.
He lit Shane up with some chops last time I seen them work.
Oh, dude, you wait. Have Dan chop you.
Oh, I did, and it sounded like a shotgun, and that might chop my titties off.
He tried to chop me more than once in a match, and I just dropped down and rolled out and said, "Screw you."
Well, normally I kind of like chops because they get me going, like a little like blood.
I think they're overdone.
I don't like if you chop me in the back. I will probably stiff you.
Sorry, I'm a dick. I would have done that if you.
Dan, man, and I'll put over Dan Adams' chops. So Dan Adams will chop you, and it will feel like you just got hit in the freaking chest by a semi truck. You'll be like, "That's what the hell?"
And it only takes one.
You be out of breath for 10 minutes.
Well, I'm just saying, Dan and his chops are on level with Wahoo McDaniels and Ric Flair.
Dan chops the piss out of people, but they're great chops. So, and they sound good. I hate when people hit you hard, but they don't sound good.
They don't sound good.
That's like, well, shit.
And it's like,
hurt really bad.
part of this is you're entertaining paying public.
Right.
And if I'm singing there, and I don't hear nothing, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Hell's going on here?
But, so I put over Dan. I put over all the guys at Tasman. That's an awesome promotion.
You know what's funny? As much crap as he gets, Lunatic Lenny, is on the ring. He just doesn't know how to slow down. That's his only problem.
Lenny, when I first was coming in, and we were at like a WWX show in Dodge City or something, and he was just getting in my ass about all sorts of stuff about how I shoot people off the ropes and dude, I bet it was supposed to be a Rodney Mack seminar, and I bet I worked with a Lunatic Lenny for like 5 hours.
You showed up to the building and you thought you were there for a Rodney Mack seminar, and you ended up hanging out with Lenny for 5 hours.
But it was cool because I learned a bunch.
You probably learned a hell of a lot.
Yeah, no, I did.
I'm saying the guy's got a lot of talent. He's the only guy I know that I see that can go that hard that smokes 4 packs a day.
Yeah. There's another dude that
he chain smokes like a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
There's another dude that I'll put over that early on taught me a lot, and that's a guy named Chad Thomas. He doesn't come up this way much anymore because he's an Amarillo-based guy, but he's in like Nevada and New Mexico, and doing a lot of the West Coast stuff. But Chad really taught me like.
I know that name for some reason.
Yes.
He taught me a lot about, look, dude, you're a big son of a bitch. Be a big son of a bitch.
Work like it, yeah.
Like, and that's... You shouldn't be all over the place.
Right. Well, and I was, because I was used to bumping like I was 16 again in a 145-pound luchador. I don't know if you've seen me, but I'm not 145 pounds.
Likewise.
I put at least $600 in chicken strips and Bud Light into this belly. But for the record,
that is fantastic.
This is not a beer belly. This is the belly of memories.
So memories.
Yeah. I put a lot of effort into it.
Oh, I love it.
You just call mine the Buddha belly because the women rub it for good luck.
But
not the only thing they rub, but that's for luck for me.
Well, there is that.
Ba-dum-bum.
But I mean,
Aaron, don't worry. I mean,
I'm just
2 more minutes, we're done. You can get out of here.
Oh, no. I'm just making sure I don't want to ramble on and ruin your guys' outro. I got to put stuff over before we, because You know,
he's got to eat. It's just like pro wrestling. He's got to get his shit in.
Yeah, I got to cut the promo, buddy. No, so if you're listening to this interview, obviously,
by the way, we've had some feedback to your challenge.
Oh yeah. Now I'm curious.
We've had some feedback. So go ahead.
If you're listening to this interview again, come check out SWE October 29th.
Yes.
Go check out Taz Wrestling in Hoisington and Hutch next weekend. So that's going to be October, I want to say 14th and 15th. Follow their page, Taz Wrestling on Facebook, Total Action Zone Wrestling on Facebook. And then check out MWE's Wrestling October 21st. Lance Chafin and that group are doing big things. Haunted Havoc, again, come see it. If Fenris is a man, he'll answer that challenge.
Hey, is Kelsey King going to be there?
Yes.
Okay, I might come then.
Hey, you know what? I'll get you a press pass.
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
Now, okay, here is the feedback we have received from our friends at the MWE. We posted an advanced clip because what we usually do with the show is at the end of the show I put all the clips up on Facebook and YouTube and all the different places, and they usually go on our website kjagradio.com, all that. But after you made your challenge, I thought I got to put this one up on Facebook right now because as we all know, drama's right here.
Oh yeah,
okay. That whole thing.
On a size 32 waist too, Jiggy, right?
So,
only on the front half, but
Brooke from XWE watched
MWE.
the video. I'm looking
Brooke
at it wrong. I tagged XWE in it. I tagged MWE in it. I tagged Total Action Zone Wrestling in it, and I said they all got put on.
Did you
notice.
tag Adam Penis? I mean Pena.
They all just got put on notice by Aaron Helms. Mark his words, by July 4th he will have all the titles, ! And Brooke left a comment. She did laughing emoji face and as the reaction. And then she goes, big words, ... Let's see if you can back them up. Crying emoji face.
Is she crying? Why is Brooke crying? Brooke's a nice girl.
I mean, I've heard I've had a face for radio before, but
That's
I
me.
didn't think it made the girls cry.
I didn't know.
But you know, get me in that ring. Get me in an MWE ring, and I'll show you what I can do.
Oh,
you've only seen in Kansas. You have seen maybe 10% of what I can do. Maybe 20.
Look at that.
No, I mean the only guy I've seen that was pretty good, Mr. Fitness number 2.
I can. If you give me the ability and you. Give me kind of free reign to do what I want, and
Mr. Fitness. Maybe Mr. Fitness versus Aaron Helms.
Magic is happening here. Again, I recommend everyone goes out to these shows, checks it out. But if you're not doing it already, follow me on Twitter at the Prodigy Aaron Helms.
Yes.
Or it's at the Prodigy Helms. Like my Facebook page, Aaron the Prodigy Helms. Give it a share if you could. We're doing a couple things, a couple charity things coming up.
That's cool.
So,
if you want to follow the Taz Commissioner, you can follow it at www.adampenis.com.
I don't think I would Google that, especially if you're at work.
That's not safe for work.
Yeah.
Well, I can say that right now. I can't say it at the show because we want to keep it kind of a little bit more G-rated somewhat.
But yeah, and I've been a little looser than I normally am. I normally do all these radio things as very PG as I can, but I will say there's a hell of a lot of talent here in Kansas, and if you're not out there supporting it, then you are missing out. Obviously on the big stage right now there's a lot of great guys, but the guys on the big stage came from somewhere, and they could be right here in your local communities, in your local wrestling federations, and you won't pay $10 to go see that? Get out of here. Wow. You need to support local Kansas wrestling. It is the hottest brand, hottest state right now anywhere in the Midwest. And get out there and get to a show.
It's a hell of a deal.
Because I promise you, if you come watch a show that I'm on, I'm uppercutting the piss out of somebody, and you better believe that.
That is awesome.
Again, guys, we want to give our shout out and our condolences to all of the people that were affected by the Vegas shooting. We're sorry to all the families that were involved in that. I'm sorry to country music fans and friends that were there in attendance. The Prodigy Aaron Helms brand offers our support and condolences to everyone affected by that. And what we're going to do, depending on what we can get linked up, follow the page and you may see something for those that were affected by gun violence in Vegas. So, like I said, a lot of stuff coming up. I'm big on giving back to the community. If you want to make America great and you want to make everything better, and I do, because I believe that we can be red, white, and better than everywhere else in this world, then you just have to start giving back to the community, guys. So I want to say thank you for everyone that's listening. Thank you for Jiggy for having me on the show.
I am so happy we were able to make this work. I definitely want to have you back because this has been entertaining.
I'm always happy to be here.
Oh, by the way, but before, and maybe we can have you come for this. This might be. This will definitely not be up your alley, but I think it would be fun. We are going to be doing. Before we go, we have to make mention of our November thing we're doing. This is a hell of a deal. If I can find events. We did this deal a couple months ago where we had DJ Spawn come down to this turntable and we did a freestyle rap battle. Not really rap battles, but Keezy is going to be hosting the second Jiggy Jaguar Freestyle Sunday. We are encouraging everyone from all over the planet to come to this thing. Open door policy is in effect, which means that if you're just walk through the door. And maybe we can get John to rap. Maybe we can get Blade to show up and rap. I don't know. But
Kuda to rap again. He's
maybe we get Kuda to rap. I don't know. But
trying to spit some bars.
It is going to be on November 26th, so you're more than welcome to attend if you would like, sir. And this will be a hell of a deal. Next week we have. We're going to be doing 2 shows. We're going to do one on Saturday that we're going to be taping that will go live on Radio Xenu on Sunday, and then we are going to tape. And then we're going to do a second show on Sunday that is going to be just exclusive to the people that are downloading our app. And then that, of course, will run on Xenu at some stage of the game. But so watch our social media, Facebook pages, Twitter, all that stuff. And thanks to Aaron Helms, thanks to Riddle Ann, thanks to 101. Oh, and 101 will be here next Sunday. He will get an Uber. He'll get here. And we will make it work. And we will see you next week. And peace and a Mountie 5000. Check out JiggyJaguar.com for more information. Hell of a deal. Michael Nagy, by the way, was supposed to be with us, but I don't know.
And the New Era podcast still sucks.